Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Coaches Club Luncheon and our Basketball Media Day. We will have our Statesman basketball players and head coach Jim Boone here to speak, and also the head coach of the women's basketball team, Coach Craig Roden. And then afterwards, we will have our coaches come up and address what's going on with their program. So with that, we will first have up Coach Craig Roden of the Lady Statesman basketball team.
Wow, nice turnout today. Didn't really expect that. We didn't bring any players today simply because I think most of y'all know we practice at 5:30 every morning, and by doing so, we let them have class whenever. We don't block out any class time during the afternoon, and Tuesdays and Thursdays is a heavy day for us. Most of our players were in class till 12:05, and a lot of them had to be back in at 1. So we just passed on that. And that being said, academic support group, I'm glad to see y'all here today. And starts with Coach Reedes and Coach Cole. They've done a really good job this fall of locking in on the academics. And Tricia, I've told you before, your system's working. And, compliments to you and your staff. It's really working out there. And I like what I'm seeing right now. So anyhow, I didn't know really what to say today. I mean, we're just real young. I mean, I asked Ronnie when we got this new Under Armour deal, I asked him, did we have one with Pampers too? Because we're so young out there. But they are, this team is going to surprise us, I think. They're very young. We're going to struggle in some games. Give you an example. We go down to Mississippi Valley the other night and we scrimmage, not an exhibition game, we scrimmage. And we're up 12 points with 2.5 minutes to go. And the youth kicks in. We turn the basketball over 6 times in the last 2.5 minutes and lose by 1 at the buzzer. You may say, well, they turned the ball over. That's a lot of that's coaching and all that. But what I looked at is this group went down there and they were up 12 with 2.5 minutes to go. We can fix the other. Does that make sense? What I'm saying right there. So we're going to be in for some excitement this year. Now, most of y'all know that as a rule, we're not very fun to watch. I mean, we just kind of grind you out and guard you. And this group is a lot more fun to coach than the past. They shoot it better. They hustle. They play hard. I think they're going to be very exciting to watch. Even on the bad days, I think we're going to be exciting to watch. And like I said, there's going to be some good days. There's going to be some bad days. I mean, we're going to lose some ball games that we should have won. And we're going to win 3 or 4 ball games that we should have lost, and hopefully that'll all balance out. And by the end of the season, come tournament time, we'll be a tough out, and we'll be able to compete and do some things that Delta State's accustomed to. Now, with that being said, if they don't get us this year, we're going to be a tough out for them the next 2 or 3 years. So the league better gear up and get us this time, because I really like this team. They're young, good for program sales though. Nobody knows who they are. They'll have to buy a program to see the numbers, find out who they are. But we've got a few returners. Little Bit Rush is probably the most known. She's been here. She's been our starting point guard the last 2 years. She's back. Alexis Ross came back. Alexis graduated last year. We told her you don't get another senior night, but she came back for a grad school and wanted to play, and she's doing just a fantastic job for us right now. Tori Mallory started the last 18, 20 ball games for us last year as a freshman. She's back. Simone Jackson, Aaliyah Herod, who were on the team last year, didn't play a lot. Both of them look different. I mean, they look like they're starting to be Gulf South players now. So we got a lot of work to do. Still got a lot of work ahead of us. But I'll briefly touch on our newcomers. We've got one senior transfer from Tennessee Tech. Her name is Takesha Jordan. She's only got 1 year, but she gives us some added playmaking ability along with a little bit. So we've got 2 people out there that can make plays now instead of 1. The junior class, we've got Aaron Richardson and Maddie Shareka from Aaron came from Seward County Community College, and Maddie came from Southwest Illinois, and they both can really shoot the ball. We do a little, give you a little example. We make them come in and get some shots up, and they have to shoot 100 3-pointers, and they have to chart them. And whatever number they get, they have to come back and they have to hit that the next time, or they have to shoot another 100. Now, coaches, y'all help me out, but I think Maddie is on 84 and Aaron is on 83 out of 100. So, so we shoot the ball a little better than we've shot it in the past. And, you throw that in with a little bit, being a good 3-point shooter, we're going to shoot the ball a little better. I've already mentioned the sophomores, and in the freshman class, we've got 3 freshmen. Stateria Howard, she's from just down the road in Hollandale. I mean, there's been some good players come into this program from Hollandale. We've got Raven Johnson. She played at Kirk Academy. Got good size, going to be a real good player in this league as time goes on. And then Kirsten Brown from over in Tanner, Alabama. We were very fortunate. She's injured right now. She's got a torn muscle in her foot. I mean, some of you med people out there understand that a little more than I do what's happened, but we hope to have her back maybe by the time conference play starts. But, that just gives us a really 11 players deep. Well, when I say that now, we're not 11 players deep. Don't let that confuse anybody. When I was at UTEP, I remember Coach Haskins told me a good lesson one time. He said, if you ever think in the fall that you're 10 players deep, you're competing, everything looks good, and you think you're 10 players deep, you got two second teams. He said, because there's supposed to be a difference between your first group and your second group. And there he is right now, but we're about 7 or 8 players deep that can really help us and play in this league. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Got a great staff there with Danielle Cole's back. She's our graduate assistant for another year. Raise your hand. Gary Reedus is with us now. So we're in a good situation, and you can tell you've got a better staff because this time of year I've still got my voice. That means you got a better staff out there working. Okay. Any questions from anybody?
Overall, among the players, since the practice has started, let's talk about the overall chemistry of the team, the way the girls get along and work together.
Well, the chemistry's good. The chemistry's good right now. I mean, I don't know that it's great. I'm not a real big person on chemistry. I mean, I didn't do very well on it in college, and so I'm not real big on that. I mean, I'm just big on, hey, let's get it done. Put anything else aside and let's do what we got to do to get the job done.
One of the things about Lake Statesman basketball has always been defense. How strong do you think this team can be defensively this year?
Well, right now we're a little porous inside defensively, but when our young kids grow up, and that's one thing we've kind of talked to the whole team about is, you know, our with Raven and Kirsten and Simone, who didn't play a lot last year, we're really young in there. I mean, and you know, they're going to, when we face somebody that's got experienced, good post players, and they're trying to attack us in there, we're going to struggle early, and they're going to have to grow up and do a good job. And our guards are going to have to do some things to keep that ball from going down in there every time. And when we play somebody that's got one of those good post games, we're going to struggle early. I mean, I think this may be the kind of team you see that goes out there, and you know, we may be 5-5, we may be 4-6. You know, we might even be 3-7, and then all at once you look up, and you know, now we're sitting there at about 16-7, 16-8, something like that. You know, I think as they really grasp what they got to do in this league, I think you're going to see them get better and better.
Coach, you mentioned about kind of the schedule, 5 to 6 conference games on the road. Kind of talking about having a long road constantly before conference can start.
Well, most of them will be here next year. That's the good thing. I mean, you know, everybody, even though we're young, people are not just lining up to come in and play the Lady Statesman, you know. And so you got to get what you can get. But next year, some of those people come here, and we're in that 4-year deal with the Sunshine Conference. Us and Union are playing Nova and Barry for 4 years. Last year it was at Nova. This year it's at Union. Then we go to Barry next year, and then the 4th year it's back here. So it's a good competitive schedule. I mean, there's not a team on there that's not a South Region game, and as y'all know, the tournament play at the end of the season is dictated by your South Region play. So every one of our ball games are South Region games this year.
Coach, in the first game you mentioned for the exhibition, turnover is a big issue for your women. What are some other things that you want to work on before you can run this week?
Well, we got to work on a lot of things. Probably too much to stand here and talk about, but like I said, turnovers were a problem. But hey, we shot the ball good. We shot 41% from 2-point line. We shot 80% in the free throw line. You know, and total from 2 and 3, we shot 47.6. So I mean, that's really shooting the ball good. So that gives you a chance to win most nights as your defense grows and gets better. But still, we've got a lot of work to do defensively to be up to Lady Statesman standards.
Coach Roden, conference play will start November 30th. Just what are your thoughts about that?
Well, you know, my thoughts on that is I never have liked, since the conference moved to these 2022 conference games. I don't like to play conference games before Christmas, but we have to. And, you know, obviously there's a lot of people out there that think that's good. I'm not one of them. I think I've spoke out about that in the coaches' meetings and everything else. But it's fair for one as it is the other. You just got to get ready and go play a little earlier than you normally would. You know, I can remember when we used to try to get your team ready to play by second week of December. You know, you tinkered with it, you adjusted your lineups, your rotations, and by the second week of December, you were ready to go. Now, you know, you wait till the second week of December, now you're going to be 0-2, 0-3 in conference play. Good? All right.